everybody, and we're back. So, week 5 of the NFL is here. We finally start getting some bye weeks. By this point, we should be able to know which teams are not as terrible as others. But honestly, I have no idea what's going on once again in the NFL. So let's try to make our predictions for week 5. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
All right, so for the moment, I'm gonna be solo today. Eric's having internet issues, so most likely it's just gonna be me, which is honestly, it's better. Sometimes, that guy's a bit too much sometimes. You know, who needs them, right? But before we get into it, let me just give you a quick reminder that any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario SDW and at Super Dario World. If you want to join our picks league, you still can. Let me just put this up here. Our picks page is, let me see, super NFLPicksPage.com. The pool's name is SDW League. The password is SDW 2025. Sorry, it's been a long week. If you're looking at the video right now, you can tell it's been a week. It's been a week. I don't know if I should share it because it's one of those things that you don't want to know. It's horrifying, but it's been a week. Anyway, as you can see, the standings right now, currently, if you come in right now, you would come in with the last place, which would be 33. So that would be random. So with the coin. So again, if you want to join, you still can. I believe the cutoff will be week 6. But anyway, let's get into the NFL. Before we get into the games, I forgot to mention this during the weekly during the recap show. It's been announced that the presenter for this year's Super Bowl would be Bad Bunny. So I don't really care one way or the other. I don't particularly care for his music. I don't care. Whatever. I wasn't. It's been a minute since I've been excited for a halftime show, and this is it'll be par for the course. Whatever. If it's a good show, it's a good show. If it's not, whatever. I just want them to go back to rock music. I don't know why they stopped, but it was a mistake. They should go back to rock bands, but whatever. Anyway, important to mention, there are currently only 2 undefeated teams in the NFL, one in the AFC, one in the NFC. That's the Bills for the AFC and the Eagles for the NFC. Well, we still have 2 undefeated teams next week. We'll see. At least maybe one has a better chance than the other. Let's just leave it at that. We also have the super defeated teams, which are now 3 teams that have not won a single game, that have a record of 0-4. That is the Tennessee Titans, the New Jersey Jets, and the New Orleans Saints. Also, we have officially started looking into the hot seat for coaches, coordinators, and all that stuff. But we mainly focus on head coaches. But the seat that's less hot right now is probably the New York Giants head coach. I forgot his name, so I'm not. Brian Daboll. I was gonna say Dan Abel, but no, it's Brian Daboll. Again, it's been a week. Brian Daboll. His hot is probably a little bit less hot right now because A, he won a game, and B, he did it with a rookie QB. So right now, the vibes are good in New York. Everybody's excited, and so that bought him a little bit of time. Also, with a seat that's a little bit less hot is the Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel. Again, you get a win against a divisional opponent. Maybe you give yourself a little bit of breathing room, but not much considering you lost probably your best offensive player. Next, the seat that's kind of red hot right now is Tennessee Titans head coach Brian Callahan, because the Tennessee Titans they scored 0 points against a divisional opponent who was 0-3. So that's not good. That is not a recipe for you to be keeping your job. Now, it is his second year, but I believe he has the worst record for the franchise as a head coach. So things are not looking good over there in Tennessee. I would not be surprised if this is the first guy fired this season. And finally, new to the list, we have Zach Taylor of the Cincinnati Bengals. Zach Taylor's, let's just say, I have not been sure about him for a while because the dude was given a Ferrari, and I'm not particularly sure that he's the best driver out there. Like, I don't know. I don't know, because the team always has slow starts and key players usually get injured. And the thing right now is he lost his best player right now. So I don't mean Joe Burrow out with an injury. I mean Jamar Chase just quitting on him. So there's issues with the offensive scheme. There's issues with the running. There's issues with a lot of stuff. And the offense was supposed to be their strong point. So when you lose your starting quarterback, that's when you see how good of a head coach you have. That's why, for example, KOC, Kevin O'Connell from the Vikings, was so impressed everybody because starting quarterback went down, backups performed very well. They won a few games. You know, he lost Kirk Cousins, and the backups came in and they won games. Sam Darnold, everybody had given up on him. He managed to reboot his career. Carson Wentz, did he win a game? I think so. So it's what you do with your backups that shows. For the 49ers, Mac Jones came in, won a game. So we'll see. Well, we'll see. For me, I think it's something that we need to keep an eye on. You know, it could continue to spiral if things do not go well in Cincinnati. And I just realized that I hadn't fixed that. But anyway, so week 5, now we make our predictions. Like I said, Eric's not here, but fortunately we have the website. So I do have his picks, which I will mention as we go forward. But first game, Thursday Night Football, we have the San Francisco 49ers visiting the Los Angeles Rams. One very important thing of note for this game, that is that for the 49ers, quarterback Brock Purdy, wide receiver Ricky Pearsall, and wide receiver Juwan Jennings will not participate in this game. That means that their starting QB, their wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, and wide receiver 3 are out because Ayuk still hasn't played this season. So with that in mind, give me the Rams all day. The Rams look like a real team, and it's a team that they would have struggled in at full potential, you know, with everybody, all what do you call it, all men on deck, with everybody healthy, and with them injured, there's just no shot. It's a divisional game, so you never know, but I say that the odds are not astronomical, but 80-90% chance that the Rams win this one, at least on paper. Again, they're at home, so it's not looking good for the 49ers. It's a short week, down so many key players. Down, give me the Rams all day. Let's see what Eric picked the Rams as well, and God picked home. So God picked the Rams as well. Let me just I gotta set this up a little bit differently. Okay, next we have the London game, if I'm correct, the Minnesota Vikings visiting the Cleveland Browns. This will be a 6:30 a.m. game, which sucks, but you know, whatever. I mean, 6:30 a.m. for us, 9:30 East Coast, but whatever. Nobody cares about them. Nothing of note here in terms of injuries, but it has been confirmed that the Browns will be officially starting quarterback Dillon Gabriel for the first time in his career. So, first time of his career going up against the Brian Flores defense. That poor kid. I feel really bad for him. Let me see. Eric picked the Vikings here, and it makes sense. I mean, the Vikings defense is nasty. The Browns also have a nasty defense, but can Dillon Gabriel give them enough to win this game? I doubt it. The Vikings also have been away from home the entire week. They lost a close one. I mean, overall, the Vikings are the better team. They should perform better, even against the nasty Browns defense. And Dillon Gabriel, that's a tall order for a rookie, man. First start against the Vikings, but I mean, I've been wrong before, but right now I think everything's leaning Minnesota. They have the advantage in many ways. So let me see. What does God think? God picked away, so even God picked the Vikings here. So I'm actually concerned that we're agreeing so much. Eric picked the Vikings as well. Next, we have the Las Vegas Raiders visiting the Indianapolis Colts, who just lost the game. The Raiders lost in a blocked field goal, so were they good enough to beat the Bears? I don't know, but to me, the key thing here is that the Indianapolis Colts in their game against the Rams look like they're for real, for real. It's not just a fluke. It's not just who they were matched up against. It's been good coaching. Well, other than making idiot mistakes like fumbling at the end zone to celebrate, they've been well coached, well prepared. The offense, defense, and special teams all have looked good. So I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts here. Eric, I'm assuming, picked the Colts. Yep, Eric picked the Colts as well. And this should be a nice bounce back for them. Back home, beat on the Raiders. Good. Send them to 1-4, please. God picked away, so God picked the Raiders, you traitor. And actually, I feel better now that, you know, I'm not going with God. He's not great at this. Next, we have the New Jersey Giants visiting the New Orleans Saints. Eric picked the Giants here, and is this a good one to make a move? The Giants are 1-3. The Saints are 0-4. They have not looked terrible. Man, the Giants, they got the monkey out of their back. Will they keep the momentum going, or will the desperation from the Saints overpower them? I feel like this could be one to make a move, but man, making a move on the Saints, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But they are at home, and it's against the Giants, who have a very... You know what? I don't think Spencer Rattler is going to be able to handle the Giants defense if they play like they played against the Chargers. So give me the Giants. I have to believe in the kid until I see that Jackson Dart is no... They're playing also without Malik Neighbors. Damn. That is a considerable factor. Screw it. I'll believe in the defense for the Giants until I actually see the Saints showing some kind of signs of life. All right. God picked home, so God continues to stick with the Saints. Okay. All right. Next, we have the Dallas Cowboys visiting the New Jersey Jets. So, oh man, the Jets are 0-4. The Cowboys are 1-2-1. Man. You see, after the game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you're like, okay, the Jets showed signs of life. And then they had a divisional game against the Dolphins, who were 0-3 as well, and they just pooped the bed. So which team are they really? I mean, the Jets are desperate. The Dallas Cowboys, they're coming in kind of a high, I guess, because they didn't lose against the Packers, and for them the tie is actually a victory. Let me see. I can't see what Eddie picked on this one. You know, I can't make a move in an 0-4 team, but it seems like if they could beat somebody, you know what? Screw it. Give me the Jets. I'll take the Jets on this one. If they can't beat the Cowboys, they can't beat anybody, right? All right. So let's see what God says. All right, God picked away, and here we go, Dallas Cowboys. Next, we have an interesting matchup, the Denver Broncos visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's see what Eric picked. Eric picked the Eagles, duh. Okay, so the Denver Broncos have a nasty enough defense to go toe-to-toe against the Eagles, I think, or at least to give them fits. The issue is the offense for the Broncos. I don't think they can take the defense of the Eagles right now. So, I mean, the Eagles have been winning ugly, but they've been winning. And I think they beat tougher teams than the Broncos. Like, I think the Bucs were better than the Broncos. I think the Rams were better than the Broncos. And they're at home again. So, early morning game, those can be weird, but I don't know. I'm going to stick with the Eagles until they give me a reason not to believe in them. Again, they're 0-19 when Saquon Barkley, Javonte Smith, and A.J. Brown take the field together. So, give me the Eagles. Let's see what God says. God picked home. So, God is with the Eagles as well. Next, we have the Miami Dolphins visiting the Carolina Panthers. This one is rough. It's rough because the Panthers left the Falcons scoreless, And then they got their asses handed to them by the New England Patriots. The Patriots scored 40 on them. So who are they really? The Miami Dolphins. I mean, they just beat the Jets, but they lost Tyreek Hill. So I don't like either of these teams. I don't want to pick one. So in these situations, I tend to do the same thing. It's just I'm going to go with the home team. I don't like it, but I'm going to go with the Panthers. Let's see. What did Eric pick here? Eric picked the Dolphins. Okay, so all right. We're going to go up head to head there. And God went away. So God went with the Dolphins. Okay, next we have... interesting. Next, we have the Houston Texans visiting the Baltimore Ravens. Now, it is said that Lamar Jackson is not officially out for a few weeks. He is week to week, so there's a possibility that he could play. Regardless, I don't care if he plays. That front seven is nasty. In fact, I would not let him start against that front seven. The Texans defense is nasty, but I get it. You don't want to drop to 1-4. So that'd be the biggest hole I think that franchise has been in my lifetime. I don't remember them being in a worse spot. So I like the Texans defense better, and everybody in the Baltimore defense is injured. So the Texans should be able to move the ball on them. So give me the Texans at home. Eric picked the Texans as well, which makes sense. And let me see what God says. God went home. Okay, so God picked the Ravens. Cool. Next, we have... man, is this messed up? Why is this messed up? Why aren't you working? Anyway, let me see. Who is it? Okay, so we have... Okay. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know why they hate Sam Darnold, but his image is gone. But whatever, we can just. I'll do this really quickly. Eric went first. Eric picked the Seahawks, and so since Eric's picked the Seahawks, I'll pick the Buccaneers. I want the Seahawks. I'll be honest with you. I think the Seahawks should win. The Bucs, they're a little beat up right now, but Seahawks are looking really good. Their defense is really nasty, and they're at home. So if I could, in an ideal world, I'd pick the Seahawks, but I can't. Eric beat me to it, and I'm competing against them. So there you go. Wait, let me see. God, real quick. God went home. So God picked the Seahawks as well. Damn it. I don't like that one, but anyway. Tennessee Titans visiting the Arizona Cardinals. This one, I want to say should be a no-brainer, but Arizona's looked bad. But they looked bad against divisional rivals, so it's not the same. They beat up on non-divisional rivals, so the Cardinals should be able to get a win at home against the Titans, who are, to quote their starting quarterback, Cam Ward, playing like ass right now. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I'm assuming Eric picked the Cardinals as well. Yep, Eric picked the Cardinals, and let's see what God says. God went home, so God picked the Cardinals as well. There you go. Next, we have the Detroit Lions visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. This should be a bloodbath. A complete and total massacre. I'm assuming Eric picked the Lions. Yep, Lions. I'm picking the Lions as well. Like, there's no shot. Unless, I don't know, everybody from the Lions drops and gets injured, but there's no chance Jake Browning against that pass rush. Aiden Hutchinson's been looking great all season. Also, Mohammed's been looking pretty good. And the Bengals don't have a defense either. The Lions are unstoppable, so they may drop 100 points on them. Who knows? But yeah, I like the Lions on this one. I like them a lot. Next, God picked the Bengals. So all right, he's making a move, man. He's making a move. Next, we have the Washington Commanders visiting the Los Angeles Chargers. So, tough matchup for the Chargers. We don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to play. We don't know if Terry McLaurin's going to play. I doubt that Terry McLaurin will play. And if Jaden Daniels plays, it's going to be his first game back from injury. We don't know if he's going to be, in the rhythm of things, or 100% ready to go. Who knows? So, this should be advantage Chargers. They should be coming in embarrassed angry, looking to take it out on somebody because they lost against the Giants. So they're at home. They should have all the motivation. The problem is that they got a makeshift offensive line. We started the season on paper with one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. And right now you could make the argument that they have the worst offensive line in the NFL. So this requires them to change their strategy. They're going to have to run the ball more. And fortunately, Omarion Hampton's shown that he can do it. They need to use their tight ends more. So we'll see how it goes. But the Chargers should be able to win this one at home, especially if it's against Marcus Mariota. So we'll see how that goes. Give me the Chargers. I'm assuming Eric picked the Chargers as well. And let's see. God picked home. So there you go. We're all in agreement, which means that we're probably wrong. Next, we have the New England Patriots visiting the Buffalo Bills. Divisional game. Divisional games are usually, this is prime time, by the way. These are usually complicated. Man, can the Patriots pull off the upset here? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Oh, wait, actually, Eric goes first. What am I doing? Eric picks the Bills, which is duh. The Bills are the only undefeated team in the AFC, and they're going up against probably their biggest rival right now, or the most dangerous rival right now in their division. Can they take them down? I doubt it. It would be quite the accomplishment, but I don't see it happening. Divisional games at home. Oh, man. No, I just don't see it. The Patriots have been looking better and better and better, but they're too erratic, and the Buffalo Bills have just looked good. I mean, they've looked good the entire time. Their defense is not great, but it's been good enough to win. Their offense has been unstoppable. James Cook has looked great all season, so this should be one that the Bills win. So give me the Bills at home, and let's see what God says. God likes the Bills as well. He went with home. And finally, Monday Night Football, we have the Kansas City Chiefs visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. So this is a game that I would make a move. So whatever Eric picked, I'm going to pick the opposite. Now, I kind of already know what Eric picked because, you know, as I'm checking the other ones, I got a sneak peek. So I don't know. But either way, I could have guessed what he was going to pick. Eric, I was always going to say he was going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs, they have devil magic on their side. They looked like they got their mojo back with Xavier Worthy. They put an ass whooping on the Baltimore Ravens, so I was pretty sure he was going to pick them. And he has no respect for the Jaguars really yet. the Jaguars, I said it earlier. No, I said it last week. It's not a team that you take a risk on. They'll betray you. Them and the Falcons, they're not teams to make a move on. But unfortunately, I'm in the position where I think I need to make a move on the Jaguars. So to talk myself into it, they have a better record than the Chiefs. They have the best defense in terms of turnover in the NFL right now. They've, again, had at least 3 turnovers in every single game the entire season. So the defense has looked good. ETN has looked fantastic. I mean, he's just running all over the place. So the issue has been the passing game because their stupid wide receivers keep dropping balls. But Liam Cohen went in there. He got that defense going, and he got that running game going. So if you have a running game against the Chiefs, you will do fine. It'll just be a matter of, can Trevor Lawrence get his wide receivers to get their hats out of their butts? We'll see. And can he get his head out of his butt? Because he always makes dumb plays. So, oh man, I don't want to take a risk on Trevor Lawrence not making dumb plays, because he always does. Every single game he makes at least a couple of dumbass moves, but whatever. Okay, I gotta make a move, and this is not the craziest move. I'm betting on the defense, not on the offense. There you go. Let's see what God says. God went away, so God picked the Kansas City Chiefs. So there you go. Those are our picks for this week. Just again, a quick reminder, the only teams that remain undefeated are the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe that's not going to change, and if one does change, I think it's more likely to be the Eagles than the Broncos. I'm sorry, more likely to be the Eagles than the Patriots because they're going up against the Broncos, which is better competition. That take might make me look like an idiot later in the week, but you know, we'll see how it goes. And of the three super defeated teams, I believe the one that's most likely to get out of that hellhole is the Jets. The Saints have not looked terrible, but I just don't trust Spencer Rattler at all, and I don't trust anything that the Tennessee Titans are doing. Nothing at all. Not in any phases. Nothing. So there you go. I think that's it for today. As always, like I said, comments, questions, suggestions, you can find me at DarioSDW and at Super Dario World. Oh yeah, like the video, share this video, subscribe to the channel. If we reach 10,000 subs before the end of the season, I am planning on doing a 10,000 mile road trip and recording it and all that fun stuff. Maybe even stream it if we get the funds for it, but we'll cross that bridge. I still think it's a bad idea, but whatever, we'll make it work somehow. So as always, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again next time.